Okay, hi, join me as I try to find a movie to watch on Amazon Prime. Um, let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna like yap your ear off while I'm doom scrolling on a streaming service. House on Eden was pretty good. I watched that with Chris and Selena. That was a pretty good movie. It wasn't like bad or anything. I thought it was interesting, and I love a Blair Witch Project. I watched the Blair Witch Project 2 recently, and it's such a good movie. Like the ending's a little funky dunky, but it was a good movie. All in all, I liked it. Oh, you guys could see it in the background. I recently watched that, and then I was rewatching the Blair Witch Project 2. Sorry, and then I have to finish this thought. I was rewatching the Blair Witch Project 2, and I liked it a lot more, but then like there was a part that really fucked me up in the head. I was like, what's going on with this? This is making me uncomfortable. And it was like because I was overstimulated. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I go to sleep around 5 a.m. every day. I go to sleep when the sun comes up, so 5 6 a.m. I'm asleep, and I was just like, I don't like the way that this is making me feel. I feel kind of weird. This editing is fucking me up. It's like, oh god, I'm actually getting scared. Yeah. So yeah, so there's that. I haven't seen Obsession yet, and I know that's gonna sound very silly, but I haven't. Monsters High, Ghouls Rule. I haven't seen that. Like, I used to watch my niece, and she would watch that when she was a baby, but I haven't watched the Monster Highs. I just was like, oh my god, I love these dolls. These are great. Probably should watch the movies. In the yeah. So anyways, dude, yeah, I haven't seen Obsession yet, and I think I don't want to see it because it's so hot right now. It like makes me sick to watch something super hot where everybody's talking about it. It's like super hot, and everybody's like freaking out about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everyone's having discussions about it. I feel like I can't really settle into a movie that everybody is screaming about because I just hear everybody else's thoughts. How many times did I say everybody? I think I said them quite a lot. I don't know. Anyways, um, I'm so tired. I had a full blown panic attack in this Starbucks parking lot today. I had to park because my tongue was going numb. I thought that was very strange. I recently watched Good Boy, and I cried my ass off for a very long time, and the rest of the time I cried. I cried, and then I was scared about crying, and then I cried again. Okay, I'm gonna watch Dinner in America. I'm gonna watch that again. Watch again. Yep, that's what I want to do. I want to rewatch Dinner in America. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna turn it down enough to where I don't get like in trouble. Like if they see it, okay, whatever. I don't care. Um, yeah, I had like a full on like mental breakdown in the Starbucks parking lot today. It wasn't a it was not a mental breakdown. It was a panic attack. It was the weirdest thing. And here's the irony of that. It doesn't matter. I had a dream last night that I lived in Salem and I was growing a pumpkin, and it was a gigantic pumpkin. It was like super huge. It was so fucking huge. And I like carved the pumpkin and it looked like Jack Skellington's face. But as I carved it out, the pumpkin still grew, and everybody was taking pictures with this pumpkin. And I was so worried. Like, the pumpkin was a project for the class I was in. I was going to some school there, and I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to take a picture with my pumpkin before the pumpkin. There's like a line of people taking pictures with my pumpkin because it was like the largest one, and it won some kind of like blue ribbon at the county fair or something. And I really wanted to like capture a moment with with my pumpkin. But I had to get in line, and I was like, but I grow it. I want to, and so I had to like go through this moment in my dream where I was like, do I just forget about it and let other people enjoy my pumpkin, my artistic creative pumpkin, and just step back and like step away from it or what? And so I'm going to have a little bit of a breakdown with that. The way I view that is my creative process and progress is really fucked. It's really weird. I don't know. I think every artist has like a really fucking weird process, and the progress is strange. We all have our individual paths towards the sun, you know what I mean? So anyways, I think that a lot of the times I after I complete a project, I kind of have to abandon it. And whenever I go back to a video that I've recorded or something, it's like I record videos because things come to me naturally. I'm just kind of like in this place and I push play and then I record whatever's happening with me for the day. And watch I get a fucking copyright strike for this. Girl, that's like a whole nother thing I don't even want to talk about. But will I get a copyright strike for it being in the reflection? I don't know. Maybe. Say let me. Um, so I feel like that dream was really signaling to me something kind of significant where I put in the time and the effort and I make this thing. And it takes many months. It takes like an entire season, to make something this grand and this unique and this special. And then I give it to others and I provide it to be judged. And then I have to step away from it and just like fucking go on with my life. I don't get to actually sit there and enjoy the content that I create. That's for others to judge and enjoy. Like when I look at it, I look at it through a specific lens. And, but I do want to enjoy my own content sometimes. Like, is that lame? So I feel very, I feel very complex about whenever I finally do create something. For a long time, I didn't want to create anything because I was severely so scared that of the creative process. Like, I was just so, I think I'm afraid of myself. And that's truly what it is because a lot of the things that I want to create are like very dark and gritty and abstract and not what people like, not what the main, like it would not make money in the way that a Disney movie would slam the box offices, right? The things that I want to create are violent, they are dark, and they are psychological and they are fucked up. um because that's just what I want to create. There's like a aspect of me that needs to create, and so that's kind of a thing. um and that takes a lot of time, and it is like a huge thing for you to create something, like a giant pumpkin, a giant pumpkin that defied physics and genetics and kept growing even though it was hollowed out and like turned into like a mask, of a favorite Halloween character or whatever. Um, and everybody loved it and it won a prize and everything, but I couldn't enjoy it. I could not enjoy it. And so it was just like, it was very revealing to me, that dream I had. And I woke up and my sacral chakra hurt really bad, which is also what pumpkins and oranges are associated with, the sacral chakra. So I thought it was like a really um, an interesting thing. And then another thing you could say is I took all this time and I watered and this beautiful creation, this beautiful gigantic pumpkin amongst all these regular pumpkins. And then I hollowed it out and I carved a face into it, but it still grew. And as it grew, the face like warped and it was like a very unique looking thing. Um, and that's what made it stand out against others. Other than its size, it was its appearance and it was its ability to grow without having any innards. It was just an interesting concept. Anyways, for it was an interesting dream, and I think that dreams tell us a lot of things. Um, Mine was telling me a lot last night, and then like I said, I woke up and my sacral chakra was in so much fucking pain. Anyways, I spoke to, oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways, I had to use this part. This is one of my favorite movies. But I used to work with somebody. I used to work at a metaphysical shop, and I had to interact with a lot of interesting people from day to day, and it changed my perspective on life pretty much. It kind of fucked me up in the head, and I'm still there, boss. I'm still there. Anyways, so that being said, I'm still there. So, something that one of my coworkers told me is that there are things that interrupt the chakras and their processes. Um, and anyways, I have like this giant book of chakras, and Nicolas Cage, he has a fucking quote in there, and he would, because Nicolas Cage is just so wild. Um, but I think all humans are. I really think it's unfair that we get these moments where we are like hogtied and put into these like categories of fuckassery, and it's really unfair and unfortunate because everybody has so much potential to do so many things, and then we're like told to just consume and then create money and give it over to bullshit things. um I'm trying to make sure that you guys can watch the movie too. um but yeah, anyways, so I had a really interesting dream today, and I I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good dream. I thought it had a lot of meaning. I thought it had like a bunch of different meanings to it. And other than just I grew a pumpkin and it won a prize. Um other than I grew a pumpkin and it won a prize, it was like the way I grew it and everything. But I wasn't allowed to enjoy it. And I remember feeling sorrowful. Like there's an entire line of people waiting to go and see the pumpkin. And I remember like I was being ushered somewhere else, like with the teacher of the class and like some very important people, like my manager or something. I had a manager, a manager of growing pumpkins, captain of tying knots, and so the manager, my manager and everything was like, oh, blah, 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 we need you to come over here and do this, blah, blah, blah. And I remember like just looking back at the pumpkin and being like, I just wanted one picture. I just wanted one picture with my pumpkin. Like that's all I wanted was to be like, look what I did. I did something. I have value and worth, and I did this. I can do these things. And everybody said I couldn't, and I did. Um, but yeah, it was just really weird. It was just a very strange dream. And then I woke up and my sacral chakra was like in so much pain. This is such a good movie. If you've never seen Dinner in America, I highly recommend you get it. I cannot find a physical copy of it. I actually got it in German. I got it in German and Japanese or something like that on accident because I got it off of eBay. And you can't like get a physical copy of it anywhere. So pirate that shit, bootleg it, do what you have to do, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. You can purchase it through Amazon Prime, but then of course there's a whole issue with like whatever you purchase digitally can just be yoinked right from you, like a rug from underneath you, and it's very cruel and mean and caca-doo-doo and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? So yeah, um, I think over the next couple of months, like me talking about my pumpkin, I think over the next couple of months, I'm just gonna lock in. I'm just gonna fucking lock in because who who fucking cares? That's what I'm gonna do. Um, this movie's so interesting because it reminds me of me and my husband when we were younger. Like, it just like it just my husband was this punk kid with a fucking mohawk, and I was just this awkward fucking weird girl, and it just to me the movie is wholesome. Like there's like a much deeper meaning behind everything in it, but and it's got like multiple layers of meaning right behind it, but it to me it brings me back to a sweet time whenever me and my husband were kids, teenagers together, you know what I mean, dating and running around the county and being little hellions and everything like that. So I'm like, remember when we used to be little shit asses and we used to run from the police and we used to la 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 la, and now look at us. Look at us now. um anyways, so I think that's all for today. Dude, I recently saw this ASMR video and it was like ASMR, your cute boyfriend tucks you in and then drops 15 poles, the 15 metal poles from Home Depot, and he's like, there you go. Okay, got you. We're almost ready. Oh no! And then it was like doodaloo, doodaloo, and it kept like it kept dropping metal pipes. Um, I love those ASMR videos. I think it's so funny. It's like ASMR. There's somebody. I think it's like who does it? It's on. They're on Instagram and they're on YouTube. They like wear a wig and they're so funny. They'll hold up a picture of like a Pokemon card and they'll be like, "Your ex-boyfriend is going to jail." Yes, they are. I think it's like Destiny Tarot or something like that. I don't know. They were playing Baldur's Gate not too long ago, and it's just so funny. Like, but they have videos where they're like, what is it? Oh, ASMR. Your boyfriend's turning into a turtle slowly before your eyes, but you have to pay the rent or something like that. It's like this is like super fucking funny, and I love it so much. But yeah. So all that being said, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I had a dream, and now I'm gonna go clean my house. I organized my home library. I fixed my physical media area. I have all my journals in one area. I'm reading about planetary transits again, and I'm getting back into astrology. I'm discovering different, like, I'm having fun. I'm having fun again, which is super rare. And I'm extremely grateful for it because what the fuck? We're not having fun. Why the fuck are we here? You know what I mean? So, okay, I'll see you guys later. Let us see you guys later. Try to have fun.